companies and brands that support Israel, you would be surprised that barcode starting from $7.29 is related to Israel, and almost every brand you use daily supports Israel. In the United States, we have McDonald's, which has given thousands of free meals to Israel Defense Forces personnel. That's not all though. We have Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Burger King, Subway, and all of them support Israel. In the entertainment industry, we have Disney. In fashion brands like Kim Kardashian and her Skims, Kim took to her social media expressing her support in Israel. However, her move isn't appreciated by many, and she is facing major backlash. We also have American Eagle, Victoria's Secret, Nike. In tech, we have companies like Google, Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, Airbnb, Expedia, and Booking.com. Also for banks, we have the likes of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. In the UK, we have Marks & Spencer's and Barclays. In Spain, Zara. In Germany, we have Puma and Adidas. And in France, L'Oreal. This list is endless. These are UST major brands. If anything, it's always good to support peace.
So I saw this story come up, and it's basically McDonald's donates thousands of free meals to Israeli occupation forces, and someone has written here, boycott McDonald's. So I thought I would do a bit of research into that. A quick cursory search has brought up with some business journals that McDonald's is indeed facing a boycott from people who obviously supporting Palestine and their struggle, because they've had their food and essentials cut off, their water, their food, their electricity. And there we have McDonald's giving free meals to 4,000 soldiers daily. Again, another publication saying McDonald's is facing a backlash, understandably. And so then I got curious and I thought, well, is there a connection between the owners or major shareholders of McDonald's do they have a Jewish connection? And I would like to say, I'm not like an anti-Jew. I'm not against Jewish people, but I just find it quite interesting how many leaders of big business have Jewish connection. So I just had a look into that. So obviously McDonald's is owned by, it's got multiple shareholders, is a publicly traded company. Yeah, it just says most of the company's owners are institutional investors who make up 70% of the outstanding shares. Individual owners make up about 0.3%. So I just wanted to kind of have a look to see who was in there. And again, like everyone said, the Vanguard Group is pretty much has its fingers in every pie. Success has led to investors to cumulatively own about 732 million outstanding shares, which gives it an estimated market cap of 196 billion. The largest shareholder of McDonald's is the Vanguard Group, which has an 8.81 stake in the company, valued at, I can't even say what that number is, but it looks like a lot, billions probably, at the time of writing. Just going to have a quick look at the other shareholders. So the largest shareholders are, of course, the Vanguard Group, SSGA Funds Management Inc., BlackRock Funds Advisors, Wellington Management, Geode Capital Management, JP Morgan, Joseph M. Erlinger, and Ian Frederick Borden. I've talked about them before briefly. I'm going to go into each of these individually, but there are some ones that I've mentioned previously connected to BetterHelp. And so the Chief Executive CEO of McDonald's Corporation is Christopher John Kempczynski, and I'll give you a little bit of an insight into him. It says he's born in Ohio, Cincinnati, and he's the son of Richard Kempczynski and Anne-Marie Kempczynski Nee Campbell. He was a primary school teacher at Terrence Park Elementary, Cincinnati, Ohio. The whole family is religious, having Jewish descent. So yeah, it appears that they have that Jewish connection. So yeah, I no doubt they probably think it's a wonderful move to supply 4,000 soldiers daily with free McDonald's to keep them fired up for action. There we go.
Apple, Google, and Waze disabled their live traffic updates ahead of the ground invasion in Gaza at the request of the Israeli government. Why? So that the people of Gaza would not be able to determine the movement of the vehicles and troops coming their way, and they wouldn't be able to protect themselves. Apparently, it wasn't enough that these people who are literally living in rubble right now have already no electricity, no food, no water, no resources. They wanted to make sure that they couldn't find out which way they were coming from either. And yet again, these companies complied. They said it's for the safety of local communities, but if anything, this makes people in Gaza even more unsafe. With all the pull and advantages Israel has, if their goal was Hamas, they would have gotten them by now.
The boycott of pro-Israel brands is gaining momentum after Starbucks Workers United posted messages declaring solidarity with Palestine. Customers started ditching Starbucks for their neighborhood coffee joints. Hashtag boycott Starbucks gained over 29 million views, and Starbucks workers say it worked.
I want to say, as a barista at Starbucks, I have turned in my notice. In the past, I want to say 2, maybe 3 days now, there has been a significant decline in customers and orders that are coming in and being placed. I want to say like a solid third of the usual amount of people that we get coming in are no longer showing up.
But it didn't end with just one Starbucks. People started boycotting McDonald's after Israel's franchise started giving free meals to IDF soldiers.
While the Palestinian children are suffering on the Gaza Strip without any food, without any access to clean water or fuel, McDonald's is giving the IDF soldiers, otherwise known as the Israeli military, free food.
After that, they made their social media accounts private. Disney, who donated $2 million to help Israel, also fell foul of the boycott.
Disney Plus donated $2 million to Israel to commit the genocide that is happening to the Palestinian people. Do not forget, these are not our supporters.
When it all started, these companies' stocks began going down. Boycotts work.
We are so powerful if we stick together. Let me go over some stocks with you guys. We're gonna start off strong with Starbucks. Look at that, it's beautiful. Now they're offering a buy one get one half off. All right, let's go to the next one. Beep! McDonald's, who is now offering free French fries because their stocks dropped so much. Next up, we got Walt Disney. Shabam! So now we have Puma. This has always been one that we've always boycotted, but look at this. This is messy. This is Nike, you guys. Look at this. Wow, this is just in 5 days. You guys, we need to continuously stay on this trend. Boycott these main people. These are the main people we are targeting. Hallelujah. This is incredible. So maybe we can wake people up with this. The corporations that are funding Israel. Like, we're doing something.